There's an anime out right now called Solo Leveling. That's exactly what Jinwoo does, is he increases his stats over time. He trains, he goes, he battles, and he fails a couple of times along the way, yet he continues to keep moving forward. I myself have done the exact same thing. I go out, I interact, I look at the situation, I put myself in an uncomfortable, maybe new situation that I wasn't originally aware of, and I look at it and I just try it. I test it, I have a conversation, I ask some questions, I see how the person responds. They respond in a good way. It's like, okay, that trait, that level, I leveled up from a level 1 to a level 2, and then a level 2 goes to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until you're at infinity. Like, there's no cap onto the levels that you can progress in real life. I would always play this game, Borderlands, with my friend. And there was always a character that I would play, and we would play the game to where we wouldn't have, like, we would stay on the lower levels, and we'd rank ourselves up to the highest, capabilities that we possibly could within said game. And once we did that, then we would move on to the next level and we'd defeat the boss like with ease. Like, it would just be like a snap of our fingers because we became so high level that the boss he didn't mean anything to us at that point in time. And this applied to when we would go back to those like initial levels that we were struggling on. We struggled on these levels indefinitely. It was probably some of the hardest stuff that we had to do when we first started the game because we didn't have the skills, we didn't have the experience, we didn't have the levels to help us defeat the boss. So with that, we were able to understand that, at least I understand this now, by leveling up, it became a lot easier for us to defeat the enemies that were standing in our way. It's just when we first started, we didn't have those skills, we didn't have the experiences, we didn't have the stories, we didn't have the weapons to defeat the enemies with ease, because the enemies when we first started were at like a level 10 or something like that, and we were level 1, and we were having to like blow all of our ammunition on and use all of our special traits on the character right in front of us, which when we came back to that level later to grab some new gear or whatever it may be, we were able to take out the enemies with a single shot. And this happens to our own real life as well too, is you can be out in the world and think that like, I'm not making any progress, but like if you went back to where you were maybe in high school or second grade, third grade, fifth grade, whatever grade you were, and you used the information that you have now, it would be just like that video game where we were able to take out the people with one shot or one word or one conversation. But we don't seem to do that nowadays for some odd reason, because our minds play this trick on us that it's like we haven't really made progress. At least my mind does this. Maybe your mind doesn't, but my mind does. And I found that to be interesting because it's like we have so much more strengths and characteristics and capabilities than we ever knew possible. And yet for some odd reason we hold ourselves back because society has conditioned us to believe that we are this certain way when inherently we know who we are, but society has told us that we need to have all these other things. And this is just part and parcel my own opinion, my own experiences that I have come to glean from playing video games and leveling up myself as a character, is we grow with discomfort. We grow with pain. We grow with struggle. We grow with hardships. We don't grow in the easy times. Like, we can look and see this in forests and nature. Like, whenever disasters happen, this is typically when people come together and we create something that we didn't have beforehand. So it's a great thing that the world and everything is collapsing, that it truly is, because then when we look back, we're going to be stronger, we're going to be more evolved as a culture, we're going to be able to defeat the boss that stands in front of our way. And the biggest boss that you're ever going to have to face in life is that voice within your own head. It's the inadequacies, the inferiorities, the low self-esteem, the inferiorities that you may feel within yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror, or when you go out in public, or why you only ever play video games, or why you only ever watch anime, or why you only ever watch movies. It's because there's a thought in your mind that you aren't worthy of achieving the thing that you know that you inherently can achieve, even though that is the exact thing that you know you can do. It's just you've been conditioned to believe that it's not something you can obtain, because your belief system hasn't led you to believe that it is true, because you have all this other evidence that says otherwise. Whereas if you are able to change that belief system within your own mind and realize that you aren't a level 1 anymore, and now you're a level 100, and if you go back to the time when you were a level 1, you'd be able to defeat those level 1 enemies at a level 100, because now you have the skills and characteristics, traits, stories, skills that you acquired over years of training. And from those years of training, now you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way, because you do get stronger as you go forward. And it's why I'm a firm believer that what you need to do is you need to take incremental steps. You need to take steps that just help you get just a little bit closer to your goal each and every single day. Because if you can do that, that is where you're going to find a lot of joy. That's where you're going to find a lot of fulfillment. At least that's where I have. It's why I go out on a hike and I do these challenging things, because I want to level myself up. I want to level me up to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, so that then I can be a strong person, so I can be the best version of myself that I want to be. Some days, it will be challenged. It'll be hard to, say, go on a walk or go on the bike ride, not play the video game. And stop going along with these I should do this or I should do that, and change those shoulds to I want to do this and I want to do that. Because the more you start to do that, the more you're going to find that it's actually quite easy to find the success that you're looking for. At least it has been for me. There are ups and downs, but as militaries say, pain is weakness leaving the body. So if you're wanting to become strong, if you're wanting to become like your favorite character in your favorite video game or favorite anime, what you're going to want to do, at least what I have done myself personally, is make small little incremental improvements by doing things that scare you just a little bit. Just step out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. And try things. Experiment. Test them out. Because where you're at right now, it might be the exact place that you need to be. It probably is the exact place that you need to be. Because you're acquiring skills, you're acquiring stories, you're acquiring stats that are going to help you overcome those demons, those dragons, the mobs, the bosses that are going to be on your path later down the road, because it's a challenging world that we live in. It is. Life's going to hit you over and over and over again. You're going to wish that you could respond, but you want to keep being the character that you are, because the character that you are is a character that brings hope, joy, fulfillment, and happiness to all of those around us and all of those around you. It's why I keep making these videos. It's why I keep trying to inspire people out there, because my main goal is to help you realize that the character that you spawned as, the person that you are, just as you are, is the exact person that you need to be. Because that is the person that is able to find growth and fulfillment and happiness and joy in your life. Whereas if you wanted to be somebody else, you could, but it wouldn't be you. So it's better to be you, be true, authentic, sincere, and joyous for the person that you are and the traits that you have, and level up your strengths. Don't worry about your weaknesses. Let those sleeping dogs lie. And just keep being you. Keep finding small little strengths. Level up certain skills that you want. If you want to level up communication skills, read communication books. If you want to level up sales skills, read sales books. If you want to level up your confidence and charisma, go out, try different things. Go to the bars, go to have a conversation with a stranger. Ask somebody at the gym, like, hey, what lift are you doing? Or go to the bar and like sit down next to somebody and just like see if you can start up a conversation. Or just go on a walk and wave at some people and smile at them. You might not get responses from some people, but from what I've been able to see and from what I do, is I'd rather do that, make myself awkward, uncomfortable, even though it's really no discomfort whatsoever, and just kind of see what can come from that, because that's how we grow. We grow through the discomfort, we don't grow through pleasure. So you have to be able to put yourself in a discomfortable situation, in an uncomfortable situation, to be able to find some sort of growth and happiness that maybe you're looking for.